Hi guys, it's me, Cutie the Bomb One. This is officially my first live. Today, I will be painting wicker furniture. I actually started and I painted this wicker couch. And you can tell the difference with this one, between this one and between that one. You can just, oh my gosh, it's amazing. My lighting in this room isn't the greatest, but since I put them next to each other, it is so different. Okay, so I hope you guys join me for this painting, with this upcycling project. Okay, I bought this from the Restore, Habitat to Humanity Restore. And I'm using it in my craft room. So ideally I'll put pillows. I have pillows for it and everything like that. I have some white paint that is on the thick side, but it needs to be used up, and it's just ideal because this needs to be painted. So here we go. I have a couple videos from the Restore. What I'm going to do is I'm going to start on the, I guess on the side, on the bottom side, so I can just do this. And I'm getting a fair amount of paint. And I'm going sideways so it can get into the nooks and the crannies of it. It's amazing the difference. I'm going to just move the camera just a little bit closer so you guys can see what I'm doing here. I'm doing it a little bit further away from myself. And it's already white, but just freshening it up. And I'm making sure that I get all the paint and distribute it all around in the nooks and crannies of it. I'm gonna do the bottom. I'm gonna turn it around so we can both see it better. I can reach it better. I'm gonna do the bottom portion first, so you can see the difference. I only have so much paint left, so I have to make sure I'm not wasting any paint. I have a tarp underneath it because I am doing it indoors, and I have hardwood floor, so I don't want to ruin my floors by doing it inside. And it is just so much trouble for me to carry it all the way downstairs. This is in the upstairs office. I had another project that I use this white paint for. I did paint Amaya's bedroom, my little girl. And so instead of letting this paint sit, this was the perfect project. I have several projects that need to be done that I'll go live on. And you can just see the immediate difference. I'm not going to paint the underside of it just yet, because like I said, I have a little bit of paint, and I want to get the main areas first. Oh, see, some just dripped, and I don't want to waste really any of it, so I'm really getting into the nooks and crannies and going back and forth and trying to catch any of the paint. And this paint, I've had it for a little while. It's on the thick side, so it's not super, not very watery at all. And I'm making sure that I clean both sides of the paintbrush so there's no waste and as little drips as possible, even though I have a tarp down. I just want to work as neat as possible. Getting those little grooves and everything like that. And so that side looks pretty good. Okay. Of course, I won't be able to set that other side up and paint it just for the simple fact this side is wet. So I'm going to go down this while I have this up in the air. I'm going to go down the sides and get this side done really well. And I don't want this project to take a long time. And I'm turning it sideways to get in the grooves when I'm on the side. So it gets in between it. I definitely want the parts that's going to be that I'll see painted first. This table really needed it. This was much needed. But like I said, I rescued this from Habitat to Humanity. The Restore. So this is one of my treasures in my treasure hunting that I found, that I've purchased. I don't want to say found because it was definitely a find. But wasn't on the side of the road or anything like that. I'm going to grab it and turn it, keeping it on a tarp. And I'm doing the long strokes right now. Then I'm going to go get in those grooves there. Turn my brush sideways just to, and it gives it a nice clean fresh up. I didn't want to wet it, and some people say wash it off a little bit. I just probably wiped it off real quick, but this probably was an outdoor piece of furniture that I'm turning into an indoor situation. So and I'm making sure that I wipe off the excess paint. And I'm making sure that I'm trying not to waste any of it, because every little bit matters, because like I said, I don't want to buy another can of paint for this project. And trying to, oopsie, I just had a little drip. And you see, I don't want any air pockets or any solids from the paint. I want to make sure I paint that all in. And I'm painting till the brush is almost dry, because I don't want any buildup of any paint. And when I go to a smaller section, I just dip the brush in just a little bit, because like I said, I don't want any drippings, waste any of that good paint. looks so much nicer since I've doing this. I thought it was white until until we put it up together. Now I am gonna go in here and do this the second rack, the shelf of it, while I have it nice and on the side. And I'm just going in the pattern so I know where I started and where I ended. I'm making sure that I have enough paint for the top, because the top is pretty ugly. But I want to get good coverage. On this second shelf, because that's pretty important as well for me. You know, I'm starting with the fresh paint and start on the far side. Okay. I don't know if you can see it now, but let's open this up some so tripod so you can see what I'm doing. Okay. Now I'm gonna have to go with the upper strokes so I can reach far in there. I'm sitting down in a chair doing this, so my office chair, so and I'm getting any excess paint out of that brush. All right, so the sides, the bottom shelf is done. And the leg is pretty good. So what I'm gonna do is turn this up. I'm gonna move my paint out of the way because we don't want any trouble. I have the paint on a grocery store bag and then also on the tarp. And I am going to turn it on the top side. Okay. There we go. You see how bad that looks next to the thing. So this is the next area because this is a very big area. And like I said, my paint is limited. And I want to make sure that I get the top because it's pretty important. This is a big deal. It looks really, really worn. I'm getting excess paint off. And I'm starting with the side that had the least amount of paint. And this paint that I'm using, like I said, this was from a different paint project that I had going on. And I didn't want it to go to waste, so, and like I said, this needed some TLC. I'm just going over here and making sure that we're into all the nooks and crannies. You can see the difference right away. All right, guys. This project is almost done. I'm moving along to this side of the table because I definitely don't want to run out of paint. It just refreshes it. It's amazing the difference. I'm making sure that I'm distributing it thoroughly throughout this table. I still have a nice amount to make progress with this, but the top is definitely a big deal. I didn't realize how bad it looked until I got this paint on here. And I'm trying to brush off any excess paint here. I'm turning my brush sideways because I want to make sure I get into those nooks and crannies there. Going against the grain and back and forth in those nooks and crannies to get full coverage with that paint. This paint is pretty thick. Like I said, I've had it for a little while. And we're going to put it to use before we can't use it at all. And getting all that extra paint off of there. Now I'm going to go around to this front here and make sure we have all that. Yeah. All down that foot, that leg. It looks pretty ugly. I'm getting all the nooks and crannies that I can get this brush into. And I'm glad that we did the second rack, the second shelf first. And I'm gonna get this braided area here. Can you, you can't see. I'm gonna just swerve you over a little bit. See if I could turn the table a little bit more so you can see what I'm doing here. I'm just getting down in the lower area. Let me see if I can lower this tripod a little bit so you guys can see a little bit more. Okay, there we go. So, the braided area. Now flip that brush over so I get that full use of that paint. We don't want to waste any paint here. Good thing I have a ice cold glass of lemon lime juice. Okay, it's warm in this room. So we're gonna move around to this leg here, because that looks very ugly and dirty. I'll go underneath there a little bit, because I don't remember if I did, but just go around that edge. I'm gonna go around this side. Looking good, guys. What do you think? This side needs a little TLC. We're headed to the rope part over here. It didn't look like I did that this side for some reason. So because it didn't look like it, we have a little left paint left and going over those parts. Okay. It's looking really good. Now, I am at the end of the paint in this can. And something that I was going to do to the last was the back of the couch there. Just because because I knew I was limited to the couch, nobody would see the back side of it. I do believe I got the bottoms of it really well. So I'm going to check my paint. See how much I have left. I actually have enough paint, I do believe, to paint the back side of the chair over there. I'm going to take this paint and do a once over in that spot because it looked like it didn't get that much love in this spot here. Now, I always say that I'm not trying to break any records, which I'm not. But I still have a little bit of paint left. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to close this paint up for right now and get all the excess paint out of this brush here and let that go down. I'm going to take a little break. And so when this is a little bit drier, when this chair is a little drier, I'm going to, when the chair is drier, what I'm going to do is I'm going to move it out, and then I'm going to paint the back side of this chair, of the couch, just because it could use a little bit of paint. So I'm gonna give this table a chance to dry. Let me see if you guys can see it. Yeah, it's looking really good. I have all kind of pillows to, that will go on that this wicker chair, this wicker, I don't know, love seat, if you want to call it, and table. It really actually has probably lived its life outdoors, but I rescued it, put a paint coat on it, and it's gonna serve me well here in my office space. With a bunch of pillows on it, it's gonna look awesome, like new, brand new. It is very sturdy, it's a stable piece of furniture. I couldn't resist it. Yes, so I'm excited about it. I do have some before and after pictures of it, so you guys will be able to see it. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to my video. Please help support my family. I thank you for watching. Thank you for caring. And thank you for watching how to paint this wicker furniture set. You guys have a great day. Thanks. And I love you and goodbye.